there, warriors. Welcome to the meeting place. If this is your first time, welcome, welcome, welcome to your tribe. I am so happy that you are here with me today. Let me make sure all my notifications are turned off because I don't want anyone to disturb us. So, thank you for being here this morning. If this is where you have been before, if you've been to the meeting place before, I just want to say thank you for showing up again. And I am so thrilled that you are here today because if you haven't already, I would invite you to tune into our latest podcast that dropped today, and where I actually went deeper into recognizing the critical, crucial signs of the shifting roles in your caregiving journey. Now, I want to give you something practical, some practical takeaways in this quick conversation that we have here live today. So stick around because it is time well spent. Trust me. So let me ask you, have you ever felt like you're on an emotional tightrope? Like there's no safety net behind you, and one minute you're teetering toward your demanding job, and the next you're wobbling back to tackle those home dramas, and you're just trying to hold on and maintain your balance, and you're balancing precariously, right? That's how it feels like sometimes on some days, and just one gust of wind or of a sick child or an urgent work deadline or something like that, and you're worried that you may fall off of your tightrope. Do you understand what I'm saying? Are you tracking with me? Are you getting it? But hold up. Have you ever stopped to think that while you're up there, while you're precariously holding on and trying to maintain and not take two steps back to take one step forward, did you ever think that maybe your aging parents or loved ones might be slipping through the crack? And no, they're not shouting for help. Hey, I need help. But their silence can be actually deafening if you don't know how to listen. And so some of us, we get so wrapped up into our work or into home life, and we forget to just stop for a minute and listen to the quiet and see if there's something for us to hear. And well, let me share a story with you. There's a young lady that I know that she's a dynamo in the corporate world. She's absolutely phenomenal. In fact, she has her own business and she's amazing at what she does. And she's so caught up in her high-paced life and making sure things are taken care of, because in her mind, by taking care of the things, by taking care of her business and stuff, she is preparing the family for the long run. She's creating a legacy for her family. And so she was so caught up into this high-paced, gotta get things done life that she didn't realize that her dad had actually stopped attending his weekly card games. And in and of itself, you probably think, okay, he just didn't want to go. And yeah, that may sound trivial, but in this case, it was far from it. He was actually pulling away from life and becoming a recluse. And guess what? That is a giant waving red flag in our life. When our loved ones start pulling away from the things that they used to love, from the activities or the interaction that they used to love, social withdrawal can be an early indicator of deep emotional issues like depression or fear or frustration, or not knowing how to deal with the uncertainties of what's going on in their bodies and in their life. And so when we're up on that emotional tightrope that I've been talking about, that tightrope of life, let's not forget to glance down and, well, check on those who actually used to be our safety net, used to be there ready to catch us if we fall. And now it's our turn to be there for them, to be their safety net, to hold their hands, to give them a hug. And so I know, I hope that this is an aha for you, because I know for some of you, you may be hesitant to jump in with questions. Hey, mom, what's going on? Dad, why'd you stop going to your games? I'll go to a game with you. You want to go? And that's okay. We may be hesitant. So why don't we just switch gears in this conversation a minute? But I want you to know, if you have questions, if you want to talk about this, if you want to drop a question or concern in the comments, I would love to talk to you more right here and now. Or if you're not comfortable, hit me in the DM. Or I have a wonderful group that we're building called the Caring Corner, that we can have these real conversations in. And I invite you to come in there too, so that we can talk about these things. But if now is not the time, I'll switch gears right now and I'll have some real talk with you. Because I remember working with a woman that was actually drowning in her responsibilities, taking care of her children, making sure that she met the deadlines in work, making sure she was there when her spouse needed her, and he didn't feel neglected, making sure that she was the be all end all, like many of you. And she was so engrossed in her daily grind that she didn't notice that, in her case, that her mother had started eating less and less. And I know in a lot of ways you say, well, they're trying to take care of their health. They're eating less because their doctor said in order to get their sugar down, their blood sugar down, they need to be careful of the types. Notice I said types. The types of foods that they're eating, and they have to be aware of these things. Or maybe they need to pull back, and maybe the doctor said they need to lose a little weight, but still be mindful. Why are they not eating anymore? Are they not eating because they don't feel like cooking? Or it's too much of an effort to fix food for just one person? Or maybe nothing really tastes like anything anymore. Their taste buds are also changing. And maybe it's like, well, why eat? It really doesn't have a taste. But we need to notice these things. And so she mistook this for a normal sign of aging. And it wasn't till a routine check-in that her mother had that it revealed that actually it was a vitamin deficiency. And that was her aha moment. Sometimes these signs are a whisper before they become an actual scream in our lives. But listen to your intuition, listen to your gut. Listen to it. Your gut, your intuition knows. If it doesn't feel right, if it doesn't look right, if there's a question in mind, be more on the side of caution. It's okay to ask those questions. Wouldn't you rather err on the side of caution than not take action and wish later that you had? I'd rather ask those questions of my mom and get her irritation or her frustration. Why you keep asking me that? Than knowing that I didn't ask and I missed something very, very important. And so I just wanted to spend a moment to say these things, to bring to awareness, bring to your mind some things that could be going on in the back of your life that you're actually missing. And I don't want you to miss it. And before we wrap up, let me say this: knowledge is power. How many times have we heard that on kids shows, Conjunction Junction, or whatever shows they have now? tabby tolly. I don't know. I don't have any small kids. But whatever it is, maybe we're missing the fact that knowledge is power. But let me tell you something else. Action makes that knowledge even more powerful. It makes it meaningful. So I want you to take a moment today and go head over to the Caring Corner podcast and listen to it, because I do dive a little deeper into this, give you a little why and maybe things that you could check out. And then I also offer a detailed guide, a checklist. It's an actual checklist of things that you can look out for and check into, not only for your parents or your aging loved ones, but also for yourself. And I also hit up my women, my people, with our weekly email for exclusive content and a handy checklist to help you navigate this caregiving journey. There are so many ways that I want to create a place where you're able to get things to help you move forward in your caregiving journey, but with preparation and know how and emotional uplifting and support. Look, I want to thank you for hanging out with me today. And if any of these things that I talked about really hit a chord in your being, if maybe one of these things, my Caring Corner group or the podcast, if you want to know how to get there and you don't feel like looking and finding the name or whatever, let me know, because I want to give you those resources. And I want you to have this checklist. So I want to thank you for hanging out with me again today. And it is always an honor and a pleasure to be here with you. So keep the questions coming. Keep your thoughts and your concerns evident and coming. And let's continue this vital conversation. Until next time, you are with Michelle O'Neill on the Caring Corner. I have been forgetting to even say who I am. I am your emotional wellness coach, and I love you. And I want to thank you for doing what you do, because it takes a special, phenomenal person to do the caring that you do. Until next time, thank you for being on the meeting place. Take care.